Sports betting isn't for the faint of heart, and this weekend showed why. Welcome to Bad Beats. What's up, sports fans? My name is Chris. Welcome back to Game Day Wagers. It's Monday, which means you know what time it is. It's time to rip the Band-Aid off and relive some of the weekend's bad beats. From blown covers late to flat-out embarrassing losses, we've got plenty of action to unpack. Before we get into doing so though, if you guys are enjoying the content, liking the channel, please drop a like on the video. It goes a long way. And be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel Game Day Wagers if you guys are new around here. We are pumping out some great content on a daily basis, and I do not want you to miss on anything going forward. Now, without further ado, let's rip the Band-Aid right off and get into the bad beats of the weekend. We are going to start in the Ole Miss-Kentucky contest. For those of you who laid the minus 8.5 points with the Ole Miss Rebels, I sincerely apologize. They were cruising. They were up 10 points with just over a minute left to go in the game. The win was intact. The cover was looking good. And then Lane Kiffin, with 13 seconds left and Kentucky out of timeouts, the game basically iced. Nope, he calls a timeout for no particular reason. Gives Kentucky a chance to kick a 39-yard field goal attempt, which obviously they nail. The final score, 30-23 in favor of the Ole Miss Rebels. And even post-game, he admitted to the mistake and apologized to all the gamblers who laid minus 8.5 with the Rebels. You can't make that up. Sometimes it really do be your own people who take you out. Next up, we are going to the Big 12. We're talking SMU versus Baylor. SMU was laying minus 2.5 on their home field. And for me, this one's personal. How in the blue hell do you blow a 14-point lead with 5 minutes to go? That's a little bit of foreshadowing for what's to come later in this show. But the Mustangs looked well on the way to a solid win and cover before a total meltdown. And to top it off, they missed a 38-yard field goal in double overtime when they had possession first, handing the ball to Baylor and ultimately seeing Baylor win this game by 3 points, 48-45. If you had SMU minus 2.5, you were looking good, up 14 with just over 5 minutes left in the game. But now I want to crawl up into a hole and not come out till next Saturday. Now, let's switch gears. Not all bad beats are gambling related. Sometimes your team just flat out sucks, they're flat out embarrassed, and you want nothing to do with them. Let's hit on a few of those. We'll start in Manhattan, where Kansas State paid Army over $1 million to come to Manhattan, only to have them dominate them, win the time of possession battle 40-20, and win the game outright 24-21. This Kansas State side had high hopes coming into the season, and at 1-2 now, look all but done this year. And speaking of domination, look at what Oregon did to Oklahoma State. The Ducks kept their receipts from Mike Gundy's trash talk all week long, and they handed Oklahoma State a 69-3 loss, their worst loss in program history in over a century. That's the kind of scoreline you turn off at halftime. In fact, it was 41-3 at half, and pretend that game never happened. And while I've got you here, I know this is a college football bad beats show, but how can I not mention that Ravens-Bills ending on Sunday Night Football? I had the Ravens on the money line, and even up 15 points with just over 4 minutes left to go in the game, I didn't feel safe. I know Josh Allen is on the opposing sideline, and some questionable play calling from John Harbaugh, a fumble by Derrick Henry, who rarely fumbles the football, and then a punt facing 4th and 3 at the 40-yard line when a first down wins you the game. That's a recipe for disaster, and we all know how this game finished. You can't give Josh Allen many chances to drive down the field. He's going to do so more often than not, which set up a Matt Prater game-winning field goal, 41-40 Bills final on Sunday Night Football. I had the Ravens on the money line, and while there's nothing good about losing a bet, you have to tip the cap to the Buffalo Bills and their comeback. But I will say this. That's why sportsbooks build those giant casinos, because of weekends like this. That wraps up this edition of the College Football Bad Beats episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to help support the videos, please smash the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel at Game Day Wagers, and drop a comment if you guys were either on the winning or losing side of any of these bad beats, or had any bad beats that I didn't mention this week. And remember, misery loves company, so we'll catch you again next week, same time, same channel. As always, good luck.